When Europe was in the Dark Ages, Africa was building libraries. When kings in the West wore iron, African scholars were binding books in gold. Today we uncover Africa's role in the Islamic Golden Age, a time when the continent wasn't silent, but at the center of global knowledge. From the 8th to the 14th century, the Islamic world experienced a flourishing of science, philosophy, medicine, and art. This wasn't confined to Baghdad or Damascus. The wave of knowledge swept across North and West Africa, carried by trade, religion, and scholars. Islam brought literacy through Arabic, but Africans brought culture, curiosity, and intellectual firepower. In Timbuktu, Mali, rose one of the most famous centers of learning in African and Islamic history, the University of Sankore. Founded in the 10th century, it attracted scholars from as far as Cairo, Mecca, and Fez. By the 14th century, under Mansa Musa and later rulers, Timbuktu housed over 25,000 students, hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, and departments in law, astronomy, medicine, and theology. Books were more valuable than gold. Families preserved them for generations. Timbuktu wasn't just a city, it was a symbol of African intellect. One of Timbuktu's most celebrated scholars was Ahmed Baba al-Timbukti, who lived from 1556 to 1625. He was the author of over 40 books on law and philosophy, and was known across the Islamic world. A critic of slavery, even when practiced by Muslims. When the Moroccans invaded Timbuktu in 1591, they captured Ahmed Baba and destroyed or looted many libraries. Baba was imprisoned in Morocco, where even his enemies respected his brilliance. Ahmed Baba once said, "I had more than 1,600 books in my library, the finest in all of West Africa." In Fez, Morocco, stands the University of Al-Qarawiyyin. Founded in 859 CE by a woman, Fatima al-Fihri, a North African Arab woman from a wealthy merchant family, the university still functions today. Al-Qarawiyyin taught mathematics, grammar, medicine, law, and astronomy. It attracted scholars from Andalusia, West Africa, and beyond. Some historians call it the oldest continuously operating university in the world. Manuscripts flowed across the trans-Saharan trade routes just like gold, salt, and spices. Caravans of camels carried scrolls from Timbuktu to Cairo, Fez to Kano. African merchants funded schools and scholars. Cities like Jenne, Agadez, and Walata became regional centers of learning. Knowledge wasn't European property. It moved on African roads, under African skies, guarded by African intellect. The decline of African scholarly centers came with Moroccan military campaigns, colonial invasion, and deliberate destruction of African archives. European colonizers labeled Africa as primitive, oral, and without written history. But the manuscripts hidden in mud homes, the libraries buried beneath sand, and the stories passed on in script and memory tell another truth. Africa didn't just receive Islam, it elevated it. It didn't just learn knowledge, it preserved and taught it. From Fatima al-Fihri to Ahmed Baba, from Sankore to Fez, Africa lit the lamp of scholarship when others dwelled in darkness. And when that light was buried, it did not die, it waits. This is episode 3 of Africa Before the Erasure, and the manuscripts are calling.